This week, Love Island returns to our screens, so we've decided to check in with the original Love Islander, St. Paul, to find out what he's got to say about where we can find love this summer. So, St. Paul, Love Island, might not seem like a natural kind of relationship, but we can learn something.
We can. He was a guy, he wrote letters about love. He was all about love, and he would have written to, I'm sure, the people on Love Island this year, last year, all the years that have been, and showed them how to love properly.
Indeed, yeah, you can just imagine the people in Galatia or Ephesus going, oh, I've got a letter.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened. He wrote to the communities that he saw, a lot of them on islands and in various parts in that part of the world, and told them what they need to do to be more loving and to show real love. And I think a lot of the things we know about love we learn actually from St. Paul and his letters and his teachings. So before we get started and have a look at some of his great texts or letters, we need to make sure we're in the right frame of mind and right place for this.
We do.
We did this last year. Should we do it again?
Yeah.
Here we go. Marvellous, much better.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
Indeed. And here are the 5 pieces of scripture we're going to look at today, which tells a little bit about what love might mean for you this summer.
Yeah, so the first one we've got is, do not use harmful words, but only helpful words, the kind that build up and provide what is needed, so that what you say will do good to those who hear you. That's from Ephesians chapter 4. Yeah, wow.
I mean, it's massive because like we are in a culture where banter is okay and we can like make fun of people and that's a way of showing affection. But actually, what St. Paul says is quite clear. Like, just don't say horrible stuff.
No.
Like, if you love someone, you don't say horrible things to them, and you're not nasty, you're not personal. The stuff you say should make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, definitely right. And actually, we've seen on Love Island before, if you've seen it, or I'm sure you've seen it in everyday life, when one bit of banter can be the last straw for some people, and it
really upsets people.
It becomes really heavy on us sometimes, doesn't it? So just don't use harmful words. Yeah,
and look out for those opportunities to say something nice to people, real genuine compliments, because they're a great way of showing love. The second piece of scripture. I may have all knowledge and understand all secrets. I may have all the faith needed to move mountains, but if I have no love, I am nothing. That's from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It's part of a really famous dialogue on love. A lot of the time we hear those bits at weddings and stuff, which is cool and that's really nice. But basically it says that without love, nothing else makes sense. Like without love, a relationship doesn't mean anything. Without love, you can be the smartest, richest, cleverest, fanciest, most followed person in the world, but it doesn't mean anything. And I think sometimes, when you look at people on TV or in the world, that actually they're looking for something and forgetting that if there's not love in there, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. I mean, all the contestants go on Love Island to find love, don't they? That's the thing. They want to find love this summer. And actually, we could look out for these things in our daily life. We don't have to be on Love Island or on a reality TV show to look for love, do we? We can look for love and know that it means something. Absolutely. So maybe this year we've got to find where love is and realise that if we're doing something without love, then it's not worth doing at all. So our third one is help carry one another's burdens, and in this way you will obey the law of Christ. Now that's from Galatians chapter 6. I love Galatians. There's loads of bits about the Spirit in there and like getting powers and things like that. It's amazing. It's so cool. So carry one another's burdens. I love that. And I think that's something we do probably see, when people are thrown together and they become friends and they're like, oh yeah, no, I've got your back. Don't worry about it. And you learn who has really got your back. Yeah, and that kind of love, like in terms of friendship and support, is such an important type of love, because we often think about the romantic love, but we forget that being there for someone is one of the most loving things you can do. And actually this year, if you talk about Love Island, one of the things they're talking about a lot is how are they going to look after the contestants, the pressures and the things that are involved in terms of being on reality TV. Are we looking after people's mental health? Are we looking after their welfare? It's that kind of love that actually every single day is the kind of thing we need to be looking out and doing. Are there people in our lives who actually could do with a bit of help? People who are calling out for help, but maybe we're not listening? Or is there a burden someone else has got that we could bear? Because that's what St. Paul says love is all about. Be always humble, gentle and patient. Show your love by being tolerant with one another. So that's from St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 2. Like, I think that is an amazing piece of scripture. That idea, first about being humble and not saying, look at me, how amazing I am, because that's quite a difficult thing in a world of social media and reality. But that idea about being tolerant and actually being patient and just giving each other space, that's
That's a tough thing to do.
That's a double whammy, isn't it? That's a double whammy scripture. Yeah, it's two big challenges there, to be humble first, but then also to be tolerant with other people. Yeah, something that we can probably identify as a challenge for many people when we do reality TV, especially when, you know, they've gone into it and they know that actually what we're seeing is not the true picture all the time.
Yeah.
And that's often difficult when you know something's not right or something's not just, you struggle with that. But that is something that we can try and do this summer as well. I think we can all accept that double whammy challenge.
Indeed, and just be a bit more patient and accepting of other people.
Yeah. So our final bit of St. Paul wisdom for you is, and to all these qualities add love, which binds all things together in perfect unity. And that's from Colossians there. Yeah, wow. Bind all things together in perfect unity. That's amazing.
Yeah, big ask, yeah. And actually, one of the nice things, if you read the rest of that chapter, it starts on by talking about the things that we wear. It says like put on love and put on like patience and joy, and it talks about the idea that what we wear actually should be things like love and joy and happiness and patience and kindness, you know. And actually talk about Love Island, one of the big things is what they're wearing, is like the outfits and the fashion and stuff, but that's superficial.
Yeah.
What St. Paul says is actually we should wear the kind of things that are important, like humility, patience, kindness, and that without love, none of it sticks together.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that love to be the centrepiece. We heard this in the kind of first scripture, we've done a bit of a cycle, but love is the most important thing there, and without it, we've got nothing really, have we?
Absolutely not. But what you have this summer is a chance to enjoy and have a great time, but to also experience what real love is all about. Now, you might find the odd occasion on a TV programme or somewhere online, but hopefully in your lives, you'll look for those opportunities to be more loving, to be a real kind of person who's really going to show real love to real people, and the kind of person that experiences and brings that to the people who need it the most.
Yeah. We can also look at for when we fall into the trap of not being loving as well, can't we? We always fall into that trap, and sometimes it's these things that remind us of ourselves and how we could be more loving. So that's a big challenge as well that we can all crack on with this summer.
Absolutely. So good luck. Let us know how you get on. Let us know if you think there's anything else that St. Paul said about love that you think would be a really good bit of advice for the Summer of Love 2019, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. See you soon.